First of all, I'd like to take this opportunity once again to convey my condolences to the immediate family members and also, of course, to all Kenyans. This is a very historic day in our history because President Moi ran this country for 24 years and he did a great job. We are where we are today, especially in a peaceful environment, because of a lot of effort that he actually took to ensure that this country remained together. Despite many, many challenges which would have torn us apart, he kept on working on bringing the country together.
What is your personal memory about Mzee Moi as a person? What do you remember about him yourself?
I'm very fortunate in the sense that I met him several times. Interestingly, I met him only after I became cabinet minister in President Kibaki's government, and on several occasions I was sent to see him with special messages from President Kibaki in his Kabarak home and at his home in Nairobi. So I've got this very fortunate situation that I had one-on-one with him on a few occasions, and in those occasions you could see a statesman, a very humble man, a God-fearing man, and a man who meant well for this country at all times.
From your perspective, do you feel that even today, as we come to remember Mzee Moi, what does this mean to us as a country?
Well, first of all, I think there's a very calming effect that his death has also brought. I mean, I've seen less political tension. I think he was a man of peace, and that spirit is there. You know, all Kenyans from different political divides have paid homage to him, have condoled with the family, and this occasion today, when his body is laid in state at Parliament buildings, is very significant.
I know you're aware there are generations that have no idea about the rule of late Mzee Moi, and they keep hearing that, oh, he was this, he was that. What would you say to such a generation?
Well, what I can say is that he ruled Kenya at a very difficult time because it was a time of several transitions. First of all, he was one of the leaders in Kenya at the time of independence. He became vice president to President Kenyatta. But then we also had a very difficult time internationally. There was the East-West polarization in the international political arena. So you either had to ally yourself with the Western countries or ally yourself with the Eastern countries, Eastern being Russia and China, and the West being, of course, most of Western Europe and the United States. So a lot of those international conflict was being also fought in Kenya. And for him to be able to navigate through all this, it was tough. We had almost sanctions from some of the international organizations. There were times when Kenya would not benefit from any aid. There were all kinds of sanctions posed on this country. But he navigated, he stood his ground when it was necessary to stand his ground. Then, of course, it was also a time when Africa generally had one-party situations, like in Tanzania or in other African countries, and Kenya was the same. So when there was the agitation for multi-party democracy, I think one of the things that he said, which is almost prophetic, was that the return of multi-party democracy in Kenya was going to usher in ethnic politics and ethnic polarization. Unfortunately, that has come to pass, and those of us in Jubilee are constantly trying to do everything we can to bring the country together. And that's something he really struggled to do. It wasn't easy.
All right, thank you very much for your time, sir. We really appreciate